Hi, Simplyscraphappy Community and friends that are finding me online. Welcome to you. I realized since I started going on my public page that I've never really introduced myself properly, so I thought I would do that today. And what we're going to do is just a quick reveal of the cards that have been submitted for our card swap, which was done in August, started in August, and we worked on them in September. And so they're going to get mailed out to the recipients, but I thought I would show you some of the beautiful artwork that has come in. And so that's what we're going to do today. But before I go ahead with that, I just wanted to explain a little bit about who I am. So you can find more information on me, even like some of my writing and personal things on my blog, which is Simplyscraphappy.com will take you right there. The blog is called Crafted by Grace because that's what I feel my life is, and also when I'm able to create, I love that it's by the grace that God has given me, talents and friends teaching me and great companies to partner with, and so I just love that. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about myself with my scrapbooking journey. So I grew up just taking pictures. That's how I started. And photography was in my family. My dad and then my mom just loved photography. My mom would take me on these little after-school photo trips, especially in October, which is now, which is really sweet because it's my birthday month. And of course, the colors were beautiful where we lived in Ontario. So that's where I am from, Southern Ontario, quite near Niagara Falls. But we lived at this place by the foothills. And so there was just beautiful back roads to drive. And we would get that golden hour lighting after school. And I just looked forward to that so much. So we put our photos in albums, and then it wasn't very inspiring. And so then sometime later, scrapbooking became a thing. And so I started to try to create pages. And I would say for several years, I got people together even. I loved to share that hobby with friends. But I did not really feel equipped. Like I would work on pages. They would take a long time. And I still wouldn't love the balance, the layouts. I'm pretty particular as far as my artwork. So at some point I was wanting to hold gatherings. I love to get people together, and so I started doing that, but didn't have I won't go into all the details, but I didn't have a company that I represented at that point. So I looked for one because people were saying, do you have product? Do you have product? So they wanted to see what I could sell them, not just get together. And so in response to that, I went looking for a company and found Close to My Heart. And Close to My Heart was called the Let Me Show You How company. And truly, I have books. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder here, but these books are just the start of it. But every single one of those hardbacks has layouts with detailed instructions, like you're sewing or like you're creating a recipe. So there's pictures, there's samples of how it can be done different ways with different papers. I just loved that. And I feel that it made me a wonderful crafter all those years with Close to My Heart. So 17 years of that, lots of fall and spring retreats and other little gatherings in between. And obviously the company closed, and we were just, oh man, that was hard for me. I was very emotional. Because I didn't take that decision to join Close to My Heart lightly. They really were the company I identified with the most and loved the most. And so anyway, I'm thrilled that the head of our art department from Close to My Heart is now with Stampin Up. And that Stampin Up has been so generous and kind and amazing. And I feel like the Stampin Up artwork is getting better and better. I'm just loving the watercolor techniques that are just beautiful things we're seeing in the paper design. So I feel really inspired. And of course, they've welcomed us with open arms. They've given us more scrapbooking. And so, yeah, and we're working together with them as the former Close to My Heart people. So, wow, I'm just really, really blessed to be able to continue. And you probably have seen this fall, in a few weeks here, will be our 35th retreat as a Simplyscraphappy community, which is crazy what we do in the spring and fall. And it's been that many years. So Without further ado, that's just a little about me. I didn't tell you home things, but you can read about my life or chat with me later. I'll keep going on that, but that's kind of my background of how I got into all of this. And I truly love the creative outlet. I do lots of crafts, but paper crafting has been my number one go-to. And I think one of the reasons, and I'd love to hear from you if you're here live and if you're watching the replay. Can you tell me how you got started or why this is a hobby you enjoy? I know there's several reasons for me, but one of the biggest reasons for me is that I am crafting something that is useful. It's worth a lot of money. So when I create cards, I'm a scrapbooker, but I learned the card making thing because I had all the same supplies. Why would we not make cards when they're like $5 a card and they're not even nice? Like you can pay a lot of money for greeting cards. And so I feel like that's a really valuable tool to be able to sit down and create beautiful things like you'll see with this card swap. And when you send that, it's so heartfelt. I feel like it really blesses people's heart to receive any kind of real mail, right? In our digital world, something handcrafted is even more special. And then as far as the scrapbooks are concerned, my family will sit and look at them. I have boys too. They're not girls, but they love looking at the scrapbooks, and our stories are documented. So that's pretty special, right? And that's something that's super, super valuable. So I feel like when I invest in supplies and time in this craft, that it's a great hobby because it blesses other people and it blesses my heart so much to be able to create and craft. I always say it's cheap therapy. It is literally like going to therapy when I get to create. So without further ado, you can put that in the comments if you will tell me, why did you ever start scrapbooking and crafting, card making, and how, why did you keep doing it? Why do you still do it now? Oh, I'm seeing a slow message connection. There's no connection message. So I hope that it's not too slow and you guys can see me okay. But without further ado, this is going to be a really short one today. I try to keep them to 30 minutes and I'm at about 7 minutes right now. So I'm going to do this one in 15 or 20 because I just have a really busy day today. So thank you for joining me. Put hashtag replay in the comments if you are watching later. I would love to hear from you. Tell me who you are, where you're from, why are you watching? What do you love about this craft? That would be great. All right, so our craft reveal. I will start with mine. Put myself on the chopping block first, as they say. So I created from one of the sketches. If you didn't see what we were doing with the card swap, you can look on my page and see that. You can look on my blog and it will detail out how to do the card swap and what we've been doing. But we each took a sketch number, and this is my card, but I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see. I think this will work. I'm going to hope I can switch this around and you can see the cards even better. Okay. So I'm going to attempt to work sideways here for you so that you can see them really well in this nice lighting. And looks like if I can slide this forward just a bit here, it'll help you. All right, so I'm going to work sideways so that you can see them. Okay, so this is my card, and this sketch was in the book, and I just did a little paper rough draft of it to get measurements, and then I did that with, copy paper, so I wasn't wasting my good paper. And then I used this coordinating set. I believe this one is Country Woods. It might be Country Lace or a combination of those, but these are the neutrals, and this features, I believe it's called Misty Moonlight. I still am learning my colors names, but you can see in the background here there is a birch embossing folder that I use to create some texture. This is the linen thread, and you can see I birched some of these as well. And this is stamped on the pattern paper from that Country, I believe that is Country Lace Connect collection. So yeah, and then that's popped up with the dimensionals, as you can see. So I did not put anything on the inside of that, so people can say what they're thinking of the person always for. But that is card, well, I don't have the number in front of me, I'm sorry, but it is one of the card sketches in the book. And so that was my submission. And of course I made 10 of those. And so there's lots of them, but they're identical so that we can share like a cookie swap. Okay, so there's mine, and now they're going to get divided up for the girls, which is super exciting, and mailed back to them or hand delivered for those that are close by. So the next one I have is arrived to us from Florida. This is my dear friend Jen, or Baker's card. This is her submission. I wish I knew what this paper pack is, but I know it was in the book, and I believe this is ephemera, but I believe this is from the ephemera pack. Or is it die cut, Jen? Maybe you could tell us in the comments if you are watching along later. The frayed ribbon is here. I believe this is on the clearance sale or one just like it. The Stampin' Up ribbons are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And you can see these little tabs she used are from a die cut. So this in the back, I believe, is Spotlight on Nature. Oh my goodness, I'm doing terrible with my names today. I have that die set, but I think it's upstairs. These are beautiful circles. There's just a whole bunch that nest inside each other, and they're just exquisite because of the detail, right? You can cut a circle, all different sizes of circles, but they all have different unique edges. So this is Jen's card. And again, that's from a sketch, and she just worked it out and copied what she saw there. And there's, of course, her identical cards all the way along. And Jen put a little extra on the inside. So that's always nice, right? When you open a card and you get a little surprise. Also in this swap, I'm including the envelopes just as my gift. So you can see these beautiful stacks are here. My card swappers don't have to provide their own envelopes this time, which is kind of nice because I was gifted some envelopes, so I'm able to share that with you. Card number 3 is from my sister, and I actually have to do, I keep forgetting to do this, I'm so sorry, but I actually have to finish the end of it, which I'll explain to you in a second. But this is my sister's card. So in this sketch, you can see there's some tearing. And this is from Country Woods. I love how the sweets go together. Do you see that? How the papers match? Country Woods and Country Lace go perfectly together. So you can have lots of variations. But anyway, this is done with a blender brush. So every card is unique, and it ends up looking like a scene. When we first did that, it was a little accidental. And then we decided that was an awesome thing and did it on purpose. So it looks, she chose this paper for water and waves, and then your sand and your rocks. So this is her card, but of course it needs an expression. So this is where I failed. I was supposed to do this and I keep forgetting to finish it so I can send these card swaps back. So my apologies on that, but this will go up here, and I believe I'll probably dovetail the end, but I'm going to wait and ask Anne since this is her card and I'm just finishing it up because I'm the one that has the Stampin' Up stamps, which it needs to be for the swap. So anyway, that the expression will come right here, and that's my sister's beautiful card. And there are 10 of those that I'll just flash through real quickly because of course they all come out a little different with this kind of technique. So you can see that depending on which part of the wood grain, that's what that is. It's a wood grain in Country Woods, that sand. Isn't that beautiful? But that means they all look a little different. And because of her blender brush for the sky, each one is a little unique. See? Isn't that fun? So every bit unique. See that? Some of them look different colors. But this is what we did to make this to make this fly. We did a mock-up first, and you can see more about this on my blog. I can't remember if that post is already there. I think it is, though. So we took a piece of paper that was the same size as a card front. This is just old copy paper, you know, scratch paper. And then we measured and figured out how much we would need so we wouldn't waste the paper. Where would we cut it? And, you know, to tear, if you tear one way, you get the white edge. And if you tear the other way, you don't. So we had to kind of plan that out a little bit or we'd waste tons of paper. So that's what we did. And that really helped us to know what size, you know, was working. So we have this to go up in the corner, and I'm just going to try to figure out how I want to add that sentiment there. And so that is card number 3. And then the 4th one in our swap is from Missy Davis, and you're going to love this. She's quite a crafter. These girls are so talented that it's lots of fun. And so the reveal of card number 4 is this one. And again, these are all going to be unique too because of the paper choice. So here we go. This is card number 4. So this is super bright and fun. It says just for you and happy birthday on the inside. So she's got lots of detail and super fun. She put a shaker on the front. And behind the shaker, you can see is an embossed, the clouds embossed, and it's just so cute. So yeah, this is Missy's card, and I'm just going to show you through those 10 because they're so pretty. So some of them end up looking a little more masculine, which is great, right? Depending on the person's taste that you're blessing. And to put part of the papers that she used, she kept them a little bit more, you know, varied. So I think that's really neat. So 10 identical cards, but just a little different depending on which part of that pattern paper was cut, because, you know, that's very unique paper. So these are just beautiful and fun. Love those shakers. I have to play with it every time. Look at that. So beautiful. So, yeah, so these are the 10 from Missy. So each crafter is going to get this combination back. Okay, so for Missy, because she created this one, she's going to get 4 of hers back. Okay, so I'll make sure there's a nice mixture of masculine and feminine, a nice variety, and she's going to get those back. But I just wanted you guys to see what you get with the swap when you get done, because you create one card, but you get the blessings of more cards, right? So that's why we do this. You only had to learn and create one design, but you get 4 different designs back. It should have been 5, but we're fudging it this year. We're getting double of our own back. Okay, so then she'll get 2 of mine. So she'll get these. And then she'll get 2 of my sisters. So she'll get these. And then she'll get 2 of Jen's. All right. So Missy will be getting back a packet like this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cards. So she created 10, but she gets this variety back in her envelope. So she will have cards for upcoming occasions to bless her family and friends, right? They'll all be made, and she'll get this whole bundle to put in a card box and bless people with. As long as Rebecca finishes this card, oh my goodness, I'm going to leave it out so I don't forget. So, yeah, so she's going to be getting a big stack like this back. So it's pretty fun to do a card swap. We did layout swaps for years also as a group, and that was really fun with scrapbooking layouts. And I love to do swaps. So if you girls are interested in doing swaps, I am more than welcome to host them. It's really not that hard, but it is a great, you know, reward to get all this variety back. So let me know. if you'd like to do another swap. But if not, we'll put it on the schedule again for next summer. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little tour, and I'll keep it short and sweet today. Have a wonderful week.